Welcome to Connect to Success with me, Ashley Owens, on RVN TV, 12:30 on Thursdays, where we talk to the power networkers of the greater Philadelphia and South Jersey area. And I have the pleasure and the privilege to finally, why this took so damn long is really stupid, to introduce Francesca. And I have no idea how to say your last name without screwing it up.
That's okay, Zampaglione.
Oh, good. Yep, sure. So
we got it.
With that being said, thank you again for, we had a cancellation yesterday, so I saw Francesca yesterday, or Monday at an event, and I said, can you come on Thursday? And she is, and I'm so glad because you were already on the list. We would have been to schedule so far out in advance.
Thank you.
So pleasure.
It's absolutely my pleasure.
As you can see, she looks absolutely stunning in her beautiful jacket and ensemble here, because she is a stylist. Is that correct? Or is there a different title that you
That is the
on?
exact right title,
Exact
wardrobe
right.
stylist.
Wardrobe stylist.
Yes.
Okay. So how did you? I'm an idiot when it comes to styling myself. Like, I've had to do a lot of Instagram stalking with a lot of different people to be like, maybe she fits my criteria. What made you want to do this as a profession? Because I hate shopping. I like shopping, I like the visual parts of it, but I don't like actually putting on the clothes. So how did you turn this into a profession?
So it was a passion, a profession that I turned into a passion, right? So my story is that I am a CPA turned stylist.
You were a CPA?
Yes.
I have the chills.
Yes. So there's so many things to say, and I'll try to sum it up for everyone. Yeah. But basically, I went to school for accounting because I was taking care of my dad's books since I was 12 years old. Right. So, but styling and fashion, I don't know if it's because I'm Italian or if it's because it was just always an interest of mine. From my first visit to Italy, I fell in love with a pair of red patent wedge shoes. And I will never forget that. I was at the age of 6.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was just something, it's a story that has stuck with me my whole life. But I went to college, got my accounting degree, pursued the education, got my license, and quite honestly, was able to make a living with that career. I started out in public accounting and it was fantastic, but throughout my entire career I always saw how important it was to dress appropriately.
Okay.
It was just something that came easier to me because it's just a natural, innate passion and it's a talent, right?
Right.
And it's something that I've cultivated over many decades. Reading, it was a hobby, reading the right materials and, making sure that I played the part, that I dressed to the level above me. These are just things that I knew, and now I get to share them with others. And it was a part-time gig, and I'll get into that in a second.
Yeah.
About 15 years ago, I created a closet confidence business where I was cleaning out women's closets and then taking them shopping because they hated to shop.
Yeah.
We were filling the gap and everything, and then a couple of things happened in my personal life, so I had to put it aside.
Sure.
So I just never really put it aside that far.
Right. It wasn't completely off the table.
It wasn't off the
next
table.
to the bread. Right.
So that being said, I left public accounting and I kept in touch with a number of the partners, and they were like, well, these millennials, they don't know how to dress. The men don't shave and the women just dress inappropriately. And I'm like, well, why don't you just tell them? They're like, we can't tell them.
HR, right?
HR issues. I said, you know what? I'll tell them. So I created a presentation called Dress Smart, and I delivered that to various accounting firms for about 10 years.
Holy cow!
Yeah, and it was a lot of pictures before and after, what's appropriate, what's inappropriate, things to think about when you go to work, and if you don't have to get changed when you get home, you've worn the wrong thing. Now that's a while ago. Things have shifted today in dress code policies, and we'll get to that in a moment. But I really enjoyed that. That was just a fun thing that I did. So I just decided to make it a full-time thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you still training?
I'm open to training.
Yeah.
Because it's so hard. I still hear the same comments. The women, sometimes they dress inappropriately, and I'm like, well, it's a distraction. And males do the same thing. You're wearing something that doesn't fit or it's not pressed. You're a distraction, and you really don't want to be a distraction.
Do you think that with the rise of the Me Too movement and all these things that are going on, there is a lot more focus on those kinds of things. Where
Absolutely.
Now, where do you stand on presenting? So again, what you wear is how you're presenting yourself, right?
That's right.
It's somebody's first impression, so it's you as a whole. It's not all of you, it's you as it's the first impression. Where do you think people, from your experience and all the trainings that you've done, that are coming up into the workforce that can't necessarily afford the suits and the ties, but how do they do it on not even on a budget, but how do you change little things to make you look more svelte?
Actually, it is a budget. It is a budget concern. And at all points of your life, you're going to have time and you're going to have money, right? So let's make the most sense of both for you. So maybe initially you're buying some accessories at Target. Target has an incredible accessories line.
Yes,
now.
they do.
I was very impressed. I follow a couple of people and they have some beautiful pieces. So I'm not going to call out too many retailers, but what I can say is set a budget and figure out those pieces that you're going to use time and again. So I really emphasize quality over quantity. So you might spend a little bit more on those pants, you might spend a little bit more on that top, but it fits and you like the way it fits and you're gonna love wearing it, right? And once you feel that, you're going to perform better at work.
Do you think that women in general their shift in confidence grows when they have the right fitted everything?
Absolutely, and that's why I created that closet confidence business, because there was nothing more gratifying than seeing that smile on their face when they're like, wow, this looks good on me. So, it's the trial and error, and we've had too many errors when we go mall shopping. Let's face it, it's totally different now. There's a number of stores that don't exist, and quite frankly, what I've noticed more now than of late, the inventory that these stores carry is so low.
Oh, wow.
It's low because everyone's buying things online.
Yeah.
So the options aren't there, and they'll say, well, I gave up shopping on the mall. It's because we've kind of all shifted to online.
Right.
Thank you, Amazon or not, but we all do that. But unfortunately, you buy it and it doesn't fit you and it stands in your closet, and then you've really wasted that. So that's where I can come in, because I'm really sensitive to making sure that your time and money are emphasized here.
And so you recently have some changes that are going on in your business.
I do.
Let's talk about that. It's very exciting.
I do. So initially when you and I met in the very beginning, when we talked about nothing but coffee, do you remember how?
I do. We were really obsessive. Sorry guys, I know I'm touching the microphone. That's like bad.
That's like
They're all mad at me in the background, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So at any event, I could have talked to you for 12 hours. It was just such a great meeting, right? So since then, I've added men's custom into the fold.
Nice.
So I have a business partner who's been in business for 25 years, Maroney Custom. In fact, we did a show here about a month ago.
Oh, nice.
With
Okay.
Dan Cerrucci, the advocate.
Yeah.
And so we emphasize that line of business, and it's affordable, right? It's just making that investment, setting that budget money aside, and making sure that you have that right qualitative piece to wear. So that's where I emphasize. So that was a big, awesome shift and addition for me. I've built a website. I'm looking to, at the end of this month, sending out a newsletter.
Yeah.
Like tip of the week, like that awesome lipstick that you're wearing today.
Bobbi Brown, guys, can you zoom in on this? I was like, I dropped. Can I have a zoom just on my face? No?
Just zoom her lips.
Just right
and
there.
that awesome color.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, we're not gonna do it. Okay.
So
yeah.
We did it.
So this is Bobbi Brown. I didn't have lipstick because I left my entire makeup bag home, but she styled me. She's like, here, you need some lipstick. I'm
Yes.
like, boop, 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 boop. And
So
then
here
it
we
worked
go.
out. So this is Bobbi Brown. This is Rose Brown.
Yes. It's beautiful neutral color, and it looks
Styled me before I
fantastic.
even got
And
here.
she's going to stop and get it on the way home.
I am going to stop and get on the way home. So that was a recommendation from Francesca, so it ended up working out very well. Thank you guys very much for the Zoom.
Thank you, guys.
Into that.
So yes, adding that, because it made sense. I felt like I was just limiting, my skills to working just with women, and a lot of the times it's the couples, right? It's like, well, my husband needs some shirts, so I called my business
husband's
partner.
an idiot. Can you just dress him, please? Like that's the call
Can you pick out, I'll pick out the fabrics, you do the measuring. So, so that was great. Built a website because it was really hard to tell everyone to go to this website for this, and so bringing everybody into a website, and so that was a big thing for me too.
Where do you think people falter the most when shopping for themselves? without the guidance of a professional?
I think they go back to things that maybe fit them at one point in their lives, and our bodies change. And I don't know if you know this, but I will share this with your audience. 7 pounds is one size. 7 pounds is one size. It's 1 inch of clothing. So it could make your clothes fit tighter or that much more loose. So that is one of the things that I say, keep in mind, fit is everything. You said that a few minutes ago, right? And how important it is for that woman and man to have that perfect fit. Because it can make you look heavier if not. So we falter because we look for that and we get frustrated, we can't find it, and then we'll try on one size. And even within the same brand, you could be a couple of different sizes.
It's so crazy.
So
It's so
crazy.
stupid. I
Our
hate
bodies change. We need to recognize that, good, bad, or indifferent. Our bodies change over time. We have to be cognizant of the sizing within a certain brand. Oh my gosh, how much stress. Like, who needs all of that in the morning?
Because you're like, oh my, because you're one size in this brand and one size in that brand, and then it ends up being, I don't even know how to shop for myself because, oh, did I gain weight here, but I didn't get, so it's just very, very interesting.
Yeah, so the last
size.
thing I want for my clients is to have a fight, an argument with their closet every morning, right? I want that stress to go away, to say, you know, let's work on how we can make this the easiest part of your life. We have enough stress in our lives. We have families, we have debt, we have jobs, we have responsibilities, we have, you know, elderly parents to take care of, you know, God willing, but there's just too much. That's the last place. That's the last space.
And that's where you live in. You live in that space to relieve stress.
Very comfortable.
For the decisions that you have to make.
That's right.
There's so many decisions you have to make on a daily basis, and you're taking away one of those, or multiple of those decisions.
Right.
How many times have you gone into your closet and it has exploded by the time before you go to your meeting because nothing fits right or you don't like the way that it feels?
Right. And so what I would do is let's streamline those pieces out. I hear that all the time. And the other part is all the stories that we have about like why we hold on to certain pieces of clothing. Our closet is a very valuable piece of real estate in our home, right? So let's make the most of it and just like worry about everything else. It's one less thing. So let's streamline it and take care of it. For some people it's easy. For some people, I've had some very emotional closet clean outs where a woman had an anxiety attack because it was just bringing up too many memories. And that's okay.
Yeah.
We take a break. We take a break.
Well, on that,
and then we move on.
We'll take a break.
Oh, segue.
Look at that. We're going to take a break and we're going to talk to Francesca more about her tactical tips and practical takeaways in networking and how she makes women in her circle more confident. Stay tuned.
Add us on social media to watch bloopers, behind the scenes footage, previews, and more.
Welcome back to Connect to Success with Ashley Owens. That's me on RV and TV 12:30 on Thursdays during your lunch break. We were just talking about some amazing things with Francesca before, but during the break, as you can see, because they come in about 5 seconds before I'm prepared. What I love about what you do is the fact that you were a CPA beforehand. You just told me you got your master's, and you ran an education program.
Yep.
Your network, your value that you bring to your network has been education. In all forms.
That's right.
A lot of people sometimes in the service business, as you were just saying, will provide a service but not provide the value inflicted within the service. So tell me a bit about how you network and what your avenues are to network. But tell me what your value is. Like, how are you providing value to your potential clients and to your networking partners?
Thank you. So
Sure.
to provide value, I have to show my clients or my networking, the people that I meet while networking, why they would want to hire me, why they would want to hire you. I add value. I look at the 2 most important things in life, that's time and that's money.
Huge.
And because of my learning background, because of my years as a CPA, I know how important it is to wear that right jacket for a presentation. I've done presentations, I've led workshops, I've done board meetings where I've had to present, loss and present revenue streams going up and revenue streams going down. The last I want is a distraction with what I'm wearing. But it's also how I feel inside. I need to feel confident that that presentation is going to go well, and I do when I wear that appropriate piece, right? So to be able to share that and understand that, I have to tell you a story, and I didn't tell you during the break.
Sure, tell me.
When I used to go shopping for work in my early college, after college, and then my early accounting days, I would go into a store and say, okay, I need this for work, I need that for work, and I'd put something on that was totally inappropriate, and the salesperson would say, oh, you could wear that to work, and I'm like, no, I can't. Well, what do? I'm a CPA. Oh, you can wear that. I said, do you know what that is?
Yeah.
So I actually, literally, I had to start lying to the retailers and say, I'm an attorney because I need to dress that conservatively.
Wow.
So I lied and I said, oh, I'm a lawyer, and because I needed the retailers and the stylists
To know what to pick.
because otherwise they were just picking anything.
Yeah.
And that's actually part of my presentation. When I've done the Dress Smart presentation, it was, be very clear with that stylist, but know that they might give you bad advice, not necessarily because they maliciously want you to look bad, they're just trying to get the sale.
Yeah.
But with me, I want you to get the job. I want you
Yeah.
to get that promotion. I want you to do well at that
the
board
driver.
meeting. So that's the difference. That's why people want to work with me. It's because I get that impact that your clothes have without you saying a word.
Wow, that's amazing.
We don't have to say anything, right?
No, especially when you walk in and you're feeling confident and you're wearing that right suit, that right outfit, that right dress, whatever it may be.
Your words speak before you do. Your clothes speak before you do.
They do.
Yeah.
100%.
Yep.
So where do you find, being an entrepreneur, right? In your own way, where do you find the most challenging activity to do while networking? So if you can kind of pinpoint it into, not challenging for you, but just challenging in general. Maybe it might be a facade that, oh, you're just a stylist, or oh, you're just a CPA, or oh, you're just whatever. Do you ever come across that? And I'm asking the tough questions because there's a lot of people that do that to me as well. Like, oh, what's your experience? Like, how much experience do you have?
Right.
Like that kind of BS, right?
Right.
So do you ever feel like that has been a stigma in your profession?
I haven't necessarily, but I try to share, Ashley, that I was a client of this particular women's clothing line before I became, so I try to share that education part, like I know the line.
Yeah.
I've studied this, I've done presentations, I've worked with professionals, my friends would ask me to take them shopping. So I did get that very early on.
Right.
But it's all about that confidence, right? You know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I learn from you
thanks.
all the time. I watch you and listen to you and read your letters, and we do have that value, and it's just a matter of someone speaking well for you.
And what organizations are you part of? Are there any networking organizations that you like?
So
Besides Susie Protaski's Girls Lunch.
yeah, that's
Thanks,
where
Susie.
thank you, Susie. She's awesome.
Gotta
So
call her.
I try to look for those local networking. I try breakfasts and lunches. Is there a particular group? There's one called WCXO. And in fact, Candida Cisak has been a guest on several shows in this network here.
Nice. Okay.
She started that a while back, and it's an invitation only women's networking group. We meet monthly at the Rittenhouse Hotel.
How
the
nice.
best breakfast. Oh my gosh.
It's just stunning, amazing.
It's stunning, amazing, but we have presentations and we listen and we learn, but we also share with each other. So it's a nice tight-knit group, and that has been very valuable to me because it gets me back in the city. So because this show, as you know, is Greater Philadelphia and South Jersey.
Right,
I live in
right.
South Jersey, just minutes from the studio here,
Right,
which
right.
makes it great. But a lot of the corporate is in Philadelphia. You and I both know that. So I think I would pick geographically speaking, I've been more successful in the greater Philadelphia area than I have necessarily in the suburbs.
Who's the perfect client for you?
An attorney.
An attorney?
She has no time, he has no time. They have to litigate most of the times. You know, they have a dress for your day. A lot of the firms, accounting firms and law firms have a dress for your day, but these people have zero time. So that is, in my mind, first and foremost, that I can truly help.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So if you could pick, what's next for you within your business?
My
What's
empire,
next?
to build
The
my empire.
Yeah, how are you building that?
So how I'm building it is the clothing line, the women's clothing line. It's Worth New York, by the way. It's,
Worth New York,
Yes,
okay.
it's designed in New York and sold throughout the United States through agents like myself. So I do pop-up trunk shows. You attended one or two of them,
did,
right?
yeah.
I do pop-up trunk shows in Greater Philadelphia. How I grow my empire is by finding other women who want to sell it as well.
Oh, interesting.
Or men if they want to sell it too.
Yeah.
So I have someone in Pittsburgh who sells for me. I will in a couple of weeks, and if I wish sooner, but she's moving. Someone in Tampa, Florida.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a different kind of clothing.
But she's got, it is, but Worth
They're all
Designs.
retiring. People that are down there are all
She's
retiring.
got a lot of young professionals. She's part
Really?
of BNI.
Yeah.
Which is everywhere, right?
Yep.
She's part of a BNI group and she has a ton of great clients. In fact, so we had a trunk show close to her home. I was there in the beginning of April. And our top client was a young attorney. She has a law firm with her husband.
Oh, wow.
And she came to us and sat down and said, I have nothing to wear. She's like, nothing. I hate everything that I have. She's in great shape.
Yeah.
She showed up in like leggings and a t-shirt. And I'm like, this is not how
Yeah.
an attorney should dress.
Right.
So we got that started right away. So she'll start selling for me once she moves. So that's how I can build and branch out, is continue to network. So imagine that amazing networking
Yeah,
connection.
100%.
You never know.
No.
You never know who can help you or who you can help. And she was looking for something, and then she has a best friend, so she's in the Tampa area in the West Palm,
Yeah.
who's also now interested. So I might have two pillars there.
Oh, that's amazing.
So that's my goal, is to really find other women who are interested in selling and styling. Oh, there's one on the main line too. She's coming to my trunk show in 2 weeks.
Yay!
Yes.
When is
Mainline
the trunk show?
Philadelphia. So a trunk show, that's such a great question. Because Worth New York is not sold in stores or retail locations. I receive from corporate a sample set of clothing. So I get it for a period of time, usually a week, and I host it at pop-up locations. And it's by appointment. So I make it really special. It's like going to your hairstylist is coming when we have that time together. And you try things on, we have some fun, making sure that you're wearing the right colors
Right.
and right fit. And we order the clothes and they shipped to me and I bring them to you. You don't have to go anywhere. And I make sure that they fit. And if they need some slight tailoring, I pin it, bring it to my tailor, and bring it back to you.
Oh, you
So
do have
I-
a tailor that you use.
Oh,
Nice,
yes, and
nice.
she's amazing. She's amazing. So I do that all the time.
All the time. So-
And that's just the trunk show concept, but I can sell in between shows.
Right.
Because you said, how else am I growing?
Yeah.
We have an amazing app, and I do virtual consultations as well.
No kidding.
Yes, I
That's
also,
huge.
virtual consultations are huge. So I only have the image available, But fortunately, since I've touched and felt and tried on the clothes myself, I know about the fit and the size range. So then I can really work with the client to make sure that we order the right size for her.
Amazing.
So that's how I've been able to grow my business in the past 12 months. I mean, that app was really big for us. Huge. So to do virtual, in fact, that's how I started out the year, with someone whose closet I cleaned out 10 years ago. She's in transition from one job to the next. She said, I have nothing to wear. I've gained a bunch of weight, but I need clothes for interviewing.
Yeah.
We did a virtual consultation. It was before I had any set, and right away she bought 10 pieces because she needed them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's super happy about that.
And she's super happy because she hates shopping.
Yeah.
So if you hate it,
this is a better opportunity. And that way, like if you're an introvert, sometimes having somebody in your home like touching your things is not necessarily the best way for them to feel. If they're not comfortable, so you're able to handle all different comfort levels, and you're able to educate them on the best pieces for them.
That's right.
So do me a favor, look into this camera right there, and tell people how they can find you.
You can find me on my website, and it's styled by FZ, my initials, because my name is extraordinarily long. Styled, S-T-Y-L-E-D, by FZ.com. You could also find me on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, but that's the best way to reach me is via email, and I'll be sure to get back to you for sure.
Thank you so much for being here
Thank
today.
you. Oh my gosh, love you.
It was so fast.
So fast. It's not fair how fast it is.
No, they're yelling at me in the back. They're like, we gotta go. I'm like, I'm sorry. All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining us today and on Connect to Success, where we interview the power networkers in the greater Philadelphia and South Jersey area. Francesca is one of the best people I know. She's fantastic and extremely brilliant and will educate you on everything. So make sure you reach out to her and stay tuned next week for our next guest. And thank you for joining us.
Thank you.